Yeah, no, I thought we were good. Played a really good side. Played against a side who looked like they'd won 8 out of 10 games. Had a confidence to them, a lot of championship experience, etc. But matched them, went toe to toe. Really pleased with the aggression we've shown today, all over the park. Thought we were excellent out of possession, and we had that little bit of quality at times, when we needed it.
Yeah, aggression. But I think Mark from the Echo used the phrase "at it." I mean, there was that sort of thing for your players today, wasn't it?
They were, and to be fair, I think everyone was at it, wasn't they? I think like both sets of supporters were at it, the players were at it. It was a real good game of football, and thankfully we've come out on top.
Yeah, if sometimes your team at home have suffered maybe, and I think today it drove them on, didn't it? The fact the fans were like they were.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you look at some of the sort of home games that we have got coming up, the likes of Sunderland. I'm hoping and guessing that'll be something similar in terms of atmosphere, and give the players a real opportunity to get on the front foot and press and hurt opposition. And thought the front two set the tone. Thought John and Tom set the tone, and they got after him, and that was backed up by the players behind him.
Marcus, a poacher's goal?
Yeah, no, listen, he scores most of his goals in the 6-yard box, one touch finishes. Obviously he'll be pleased with the second goal that he got, because it was a really controlled finish. But yeah, listen, that's where we want John and expect John, and I think 4 out of the 5 goals he's got now are all in and around the 6-yard box.
We were obviously, as commentators, praising Johnson for his run for their goal. I guess you'd praise it, but be frustrated you didn't stop it.
Yeah, very frustrated. I mean, we've had 2 or 3 opportunities to do it, and sometimes, look, call me cynical or what, but I know he wouldn't have got past myself if I was there. The reality is in those situations, either one goes past you, but not both. Either the ball or the man goes past you, not both, and that has to be our mentality.
But what something that happened this season didn't happen. Your players didn't feel sorry for themselves, didn't they? They came straight back at them.
No, they were great. We finished the first half really strongly. I know we had 4 or 5 corners and were threatening. And then obviously in them situations, it's okay putting performance in for 45 minutes, but I thought, we were massively on the front foot in the second half. Like I say, the 2 strikers set the tone for the whole game, and even when we went 2-1 up, it wasn't a fact of like sort of sitting back and that. We were on them, we were at it. There was a little bit of quality when needed, a bit of calmness when needed, and of course, obviously, when we have to produce 1 or 2 blocks, we had that as well. And
you talk about calmness and quality, and that was Tom Hopper, wasn't it? Great run, but everyone will talk about the finish, rightly about Brook, but it was the run and the pullback.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about the pullback was obviously the pace on the pass. Obviously he's picked the right moment and timing to pull the ball back to Brook, but it was the weight of the pass. It was one of them where obviously Brook could then he doesn't have to control the ball, he doesn't have to take a second touch, he can just feel it, and he'd made his mind up, Brook, hadn't he, before he'd even hit it, what he was going to do with it, and it was. I'm guessing that's his first goal in senior football, so I'm delighted for him.
He's a player with an amazing ceiling, amazing potential.
Yeah, listen, he's one of them. I don't want Arsenal ringing me up going, what have you said that for? But I've been saying it behind the scenes, in 4 walls. I think he will play for Arsenal. There's no doubt about it. He'll play for Arsenal's first team on a regular basis, and it might not be for a couple of years, but it's definitely going to happen. So we'll just hopefully continue his progression over the next 12 games or so. And there's 1 or 2 things that I think I can help him with that he's not particularly good at this moment in time, but by the time he goes back to Arsenal, he'll be much better.
I'm sure, like many of us after the season, the way it's been, you were nervous at 2-1, but John Marquis settled those nerves with a very composed finish.
He was a composed finish. It was a decent bit of play, to be fair, and we had him pinned in that corner, and he was a little bit lucky with his block. I think it was on his left hand side, and this nearest to us here. So for him to get his goal with his left foot as well, he'll be delighted with that.
And they saw it at home, which was a huge plus.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, to be fair, like I say, it was a proper game of football today. I think both sets of supporters were really at it, and I thought we needed that type of game. And with the greatest respect, there's probably half a dozen, maybe 8 clubs in this league that if it would have been them today, just in terms of what they can do and what they can bring with them, it might not have been the same game, but we needed that. We needed a almost like a hostile atmosphere type game to sort of hit back and react the way we did because of the performance last weekend.
Players winning, is that a formation you think you might stick with for a bit?
Potentially. I think it's just one of them where obviously from an availability point of view, we're a little bit. What's the word I'm looking for? We're lacking numbers certainly on that left side a little bit. 1 or 2 injuries at the minute that might force our hand a little bit. But I was quite happy with it. Obviously, we've had 2.5 training sessions, sort of working on it and trying to pick the right time to do it. But I felt the lads looked okay in possession and out of possession. We'll get better, of course we will, the more we do it. But what it does do now, it just gives me the opportunity that, you know, when I feel and see fit that we need to change things, the more than happy to adapt to it.
7 points clear, it's a big plus.
Yeah. Well, it's one of them. We know what we need to do ourselves, so it doesn't matter what everyone else does. I think that's important. You're right. From a conference point of view and a psychological point of view, that helps and probably helps supporters more than it does us. We just know that what we need to do to make sure that, you know, come 30th, 31st of April, whatever it may be, you know, we're looking forward to, you know, hopefully an enjoyable season next year.
Cohen Bramall, is he an injury?
Unfortunately, yeah, and that I'm hoping he's going to be available for Tuesday. He had a clash of knees with Brooke in training on Thursday, I think it was, and listen, these X-rays showed that there's no sort of structural damage, or, you know, the patella's fine and stuff. So I'm hoping it's just a little bit of bone bruising, and he turns around pretty quickly. If he's not available for Tuesday, then we certainly think he'll be available for next Saturday.
Josh, is there a serious injury, or is that was more precautionary?
We don't know at the minute. We think he may have turned the ankle, may have rocked the ankle. Again, it'll depend where it is, whether it's the back of the ankle, the front of the ankle, all these type of things. Clearly, we're going to have to sort of find out very, very quickly on that one. And do what we need to do and see fit from there.
If you have to, are you able to recall Sam?
Question I don't know, if I'm honest, Michael.
I'll have
to find out on that one. But listen, to be fair to Jordan, he's been excellent in training. Sometimes doesn't look, easy on the eye and stuff, but what he does do, he makes saves, and I've seen that in training time and time again. So if called upon and we can't do that, then I've got no problems.
Just find a quick turnaround.
It is, and we've got 2 long trips coming up. Obviously, we're going to be on the road quite a bit this week. Obviously, getting over to Ipswich on Monday. It's important the players. Listen, I want them to enjoy it for about an hour. I've said to them then, but I'm not interested. I don't want anyone talking about this game beyond, 6 o'clock tonight. It's done. It's one of them. We know what we need to do. I'm fed up of talking. It's like, show me the actions that they showed me today on the pitch, and I'll be happy.